I feel so unsure as I take your hand and lead you to the dance floor. As the music dies, there's something in your eyes. Costume light, a silver screen, and only it's there to cry. I'm never gonna dance again. My guilty feet have got no rhythm. No, it's easy to pretend, and no, you're not a fool. Should've known better than to cheat a friend, to waste this chance that I've been given. So I'm never gonna dance again the way I dance with you. Ooh, ooh. Time can never mend the careless whispers of a good friend to the heart and mind. Ignorance of kind, there's no comfort in the truth. Pain is all you fight. I'm never gonna dance again. My guilty feet have got no rhythm. No, it's easy to pretend, and no, you're not a fool. Should've known better than to cheat and waste this chance that I've been given. So I'm never gonna dance again the way I danced with you. Ooh, the music seems so loud. I wish that I could lose this crowd. Maybe it's better this way. We hurt each other with the things we want to say. We could have been so good together. Could have lived this dead forever. Now who's gonna dance with me? Please dance. I'm never gonna dance again. My beauty feet have got no rhythm. Though it's easy to pretend. I know you're not a fool. Should've known better than to cheat a friend, to waste this chance that I've been given. So I'm never gonna dance again the way I've danced with you. Ooh, ooh. The way I dance with you. The way I dance with you.
Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Anon and I write games for fun, so welcome to Midnight in the Garden of Sneeden, effectively. Doing more Relic Frontier stuff. That's pretty much it. If I sound a little tired, it happens. Thank you, Captain Flint, by the way, for subscribing with Prime. Very cool. I don't know if I thanked you for that or not. So, let's get to it. Probably not going to be a very long stream tonight. It happens. Pretty much, effectively, I've just been working on this. Currently, we are at about 43 pages, which is a little over halfway done. Adding everything, probably it's going to be about 70 pages. Added, let's see, the only thing that really got changed majorly in here, some of the vehicles are a little bit goofy looking, like this entire section. I'm not like super happy with how this section looks. Don't really know how to fix it though, if you want me to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know how to fix it. On the other hand, added some new different kits, mostly when it came to the Islander Expeditionary Forces. Because the idea of the Islanders is that they are really divided when it comes to their naval and their army. So it's infantry and engineers get one other, while their naval and marines technically are a completely different one. Thought that was interesting. Thought that was fun. Added a few new guns, generally speaking, across it. Not many new guns, just a handful, just to kind of give people a little bit more of an idea of what to do. Reminds me, I need to, need to add the names. Remember the Central 22. Yes, the Central 22. Central 22 is an SMG, mostly reserved for engineers and troopers. Actually, we can give the scouts something to do. No. We can just do engineers and shock troopers. The entire idea is that shock troopers have a weirdly large amount of gear to kind of play around with, because that's their job. They're supposed to be fighter people. On the other hand, engineers usually get some more toys, like grenades. Or satchel charges. That's the usual gimmick there. But yes, vehicles don't look fantastic. Not a huge fan of them, but I really don't know how else to fix them. Make them look better. Good cabaretting. It happens. Comrades in arms, composition, standard stuff. Nothing too exciting here. Added in this fit very nicely together. I'm a little worried about that personally. I feel like something is horribly wrong. I don't know what it is. Added also in here's a reference page of every single thing, so effectively you would open up to this page in the book if we were doing spreads, and you could see forces points and then a reference to everything, so you know exactly kind of what you're buying. And that's where we are presently speaking. So let's get to... Alright, we need to do sample platoon. Example platoon creation, and we are going to make the Windwalkers. Maybe saying, hey, is that a reference to popular video game Breath of the Wild? No. I just called them the Windwalkers. Thought it sounded neat. That's it. They're Spadians. Some of the best equipped in the region. The soldiers are also famous for the ability to find dangerous terrain without hesitation. The Windwalkers is a platoon of finest mountaineers, plunging headfirst in the danger of the Relic tier. 120 forces. 120 force points. The Windwalker, but each of their squad with a minimum of training and have no vehicles, because that's their gimmick. This Squad 1, Pinalcina. Pinalcina squad earned their stripes by being instrumental in picking off entrenched in the 33-day siege of Berlin. Professional soldiers, Squad 2, Signal, to the 24-hour deep to maintain contact with raiding enemy forces. Oka. Mountaineers, Squad serving the first and second push. And like, so yeah, some of them you're just gonna find like people who like, yeah, you're not really that famous. Mountaineer squad serving in the Eastern Expedition, as well as initial fighting on the Relic Frontier. And Pafino, part of the Correctional Soldier Program. Pafino has served open days Relic shock troopers for the regularly distant Windwalkers. There. Let me double check everything here. Signo. Pafino. Check everything here. We need to add text, insert symbols. I've been using the double dagger symbol for kind of like my primary one because I think it looks nice. I have learned to appreciate the double daggers, okay? You caught me. Professional scouts, trained raiders. Let me see. Do I want to make these look different? How do I make these look better? I'm sorry, what game system is this for? This is for the Relic Frontier, otherwise known as the Sprugzy #1. Since I couldn't finish Flag Bearer this month, which, by the way, next week, probably, if I get this done, I'm going to just dedicate like an entire week to just working on Flag Bearer. Because I couldn't get Flag Bearer done, I want to make sure the patrons have something, and this is that something. So just effectively going to be a, I wouldn't say redux, but like a partial re-PDFing of one of the first major things I put out, which is a combination of this and effectively this is 2 games in one, because it's a cut down version of Hearts of Darkness and it's a cut down version of Iron Caskets. Let's see, how do I want this? Here, we could add it in as a table. Table might. I have too many tables. I feel like I shouldn't use just. I feel like I shouldn't just rely entirely on tables. I don't know what else to use. Ah, yes, your Mecha Spanish invasion. No mechs. Wrong game. I have a few. No, that is, let me bring it up. That one is because there's too many fucking games and I'm gonna cut some. That one is, God, where are you? Technically part of the Golem series, even though the Golem series is very, very flawed. I need to rewrite the entirety of the Golem series in general. You're thinking of By Blade and Cross. By Blade and Cross is a different beast. That one has mechs in it. This one does not. Get in the tank, Shinji. Get in the fucking tank. What we can do is, my initial thought would be, again, my initial thinking would be, This would be my initial thing of PC Pigiona. So instead of having any of this, it would literally just be like, here is this. So I could break it down further. I mean, if we're going to break it down further, what we could do is so this would be professional training. Professional training would be 16. 16 scout. Scout unit type, which would be scouts would be 4. Pre-collapse kit. Pre-collapse kits would be... Pre-collapse kit would be 2. Sniper support, because that's what we changed it to, would be 5, obviously. And that would be... so that would be 25 total. Actually, 27 total. We could do something like this. If I'm a little quiet, it's just because I'm just tired. Being frank with people here, I took a nap. I took a nap I didn't mean to take. So I am a little bit eepy right now. Little bit eepy. And that's what happens when you fucking go to sleep when you really shouldn't. But welcome to it being just really cold and me not wanting to do anything. Oka. Oka. Noto. Oka-san. Veteran training. Let me see. Veterancy is only 8. You are Oka is considered to be Rangers. Rangers are a little bit more expensive. Did I bump up their value? Nope, I did not. They have a post-collapse kit. They also have sniper support. No, they have grenadiers. Grenadiers 5 for a total of 18. Actually 13. They have entrenching tools. I forgot. Why we need to something. There we go, total, so that would be 18. No, 18, what am I thinking? 13, 18, 20. Yeah, that. I wonder if I should go into like really over detail. You know what? If I'm doing it this way, I should go into absurd over detail. Just do. Military age personnel, because that's how old most of these guys are. They're just guys. And this doesn't really change anything about these guys. I just want to make sure that put in here that they are in fact military aid. Because that's how old they are. May not seem important, but you can technically play a bunch of child soldiers in this game. And if you want to play child soldiers, nothing should stop you in your God-given right to play a bunch of emotionally stunted teenagers. It's your right to do that. Kinda fucking weird, but alright, nothing I can't. I'm not going to blame you for you being fucking weird. Don't make it weird for everyone else. Priority numero uno in most things in life. Don't make it weird for everybody else. You will be absolutely flummoxed when you learn this is a lot more complicated than people would like to admit. They have entrenching tools. They do have anti-armor, however. They don't need anti-armor tools. They have, anti-material weaponry. They're actually cheaper. So this would be... They're actually the same cost. They're only 21. Might bump up the top value there. Because originally anti-armor tools were 5. Actually, because they're... Because it's now a support weapon. Actually, you know what we can do? They have... Yeah, they have entrenching tools, so we can't give them any more support equipment. Yeah, we can't give them any more support equipment. We can't mechanize them, obviously. So yeah, no, that's... There we go. Puffino. A bippity boppity boopity. Because the Spadians are what we like to refer to as Italians. Wild, feral Italians. You know, they are trained. Kind of weird to say, but yes, they are just trained. They are referred to as raiders. Raiders are still 5. They have only post-collapse kit 0. They have trench fighting gear. Gives them that. They don't technically have anything like this. They are not military age personnel. They are criminals. We'll check the personnel. Criminal conscripts. Criminal conscripts. Let's see. 15. So let me just do a quick double check here. We lost 5 points. Oh, hey, Gundam, what's up? Oh, I am very tired. It is, the thing is, it's been a very cold day, and I did a oopsie and fell asleep. And I did my best to wake up, but waking up is very hard sometimes. So I'm kind of in this weird moment where I'm like kind of awake and kind of not. So actually what we can do is we can give... You've got 1, you've got 1. Why do you have sniper support that expensive? Sniper support's not that expensive, right? Sniper support's only 5. Why are you that much money? It'd only be 5. Because you're only 5, you're going to go down. So we have 10 left. It's because this would actually be 28. Because you're effectively 1 point more expensive than them. because you are the exact same unit. No, you're the exact same unit type. You both are 27. Yeah, so let me just double check my math here real fast. 27 plus 27. Luckily, you only have to really do this once, so, but I just want to make sure that this is correct. Mundo. So, yeah, perfect. Okay. Perfecto. What would we want to give you guys? We want to give you guys... Congratulations, Pafino Squad actually has armor now. Yep, that's their gimmick. They have armor. And because of this, they're now going to be worth 19. You have the proper materials. You have your proper materials. We've got 5 points left over. Can we give... Let's see, we've got sniper support there. They don't actually have any tactical equipment, I don't think. So if they don't have any tactical equipment, we're going to give these guys we're going to give them a signal group. Signal group for 5. That's going to bump up their value to 32. Double check everything here. Make it 12. There we go. There we are. Effectively, Picconia here is our main fighting squad. They are our main guys. These guys are the jacked guys. They're very powerful because they have the signal group. Now, what does signal group do? Signal group grants us +1 initiative during large-scale combat. Effectively means we're going to go first. Pafino, on the other hand, has body armor. We want to send them to the front, and we mostly, because they have trench fighting equipment, we want them to get literally in a control point with another unit. They are literally adept at getting into a fight and fighting for their lives. Everyone else, not really designed for that. Oka, we want to be using them mostly in the idea of pretty much anti armor, because Grenadiers grant them a little bit of a heart attack. While we are mostly a mobile force. Pinacino and Signo, both of these are scout type units. They move very fast and they have really good sniper support. And because they have really good sniper support, effectively means, hey, we're going to make sure that you constantly run away. While Squad 3 and 4 are mostly designed around anti-material weapons and actually doing hard damage. This is very difficult to do because hard damage is very expensive usually. I think that's perfect. I mean, I guess I could just... Okay, now we do... Training, unit type, kit. 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 Then we go up here, because that way we would do their personnel. I guess we can do their personnel first. So what we would do is add in personnel right there. Add in personnel there. We want to insert row. We want to keep things as consistent as physically possible. Consistency wins the day. Oh, didn't mean to click that button. Delete. Oh, that. Yeah, this is the exciting content you get from the Notepad add-on experience. Everything else good. Correct. Yeah, everything else is. Since we broke it down a little bit more, it's a little bit easier. Let's speed up a little bit. Here. There. Bum bum bum. There. And everything's looking fine. So I get to you now. Get rid of you. We're going to you. It's a really detailed amount of 120 points, and some forces are, legitimately speaking, some forces are going to have a lot less. Like, congratulations, you have 75 force points. However, usually if you have a lot less force points, it's because, fuck you, you have, you have a maximum training of armed civilians. Yeah, congratulations, it's an armed civilian mob. Let's see. Hey, Notepad, of all the factions Warhammer fan, which one would you give a college try on reformatting lore and stat-wise? Thinks to make the most work to me, make it not bad. Bretonia. Bretonia. Honest to God, I love Bretonia. The problem is Bretonia is a faction that fundamentally does not want to work properly. And I like Bretonia, but I understand also Bretonia is to quote very nicely, Bretonia is a whack-ass existence. It doesn't work the way that people think they do. You may be saying, what do you mean? You're just cavalry, you charge. That's the issue. You have one strategy. There is one way to play Bretonia, and the way to play Bretonia can be countered by a lot of different things. And that is an issue if you want to make Bretonia do anything else other than charge cavalry. I like Bretonia. I think Bretonia is very cool. I think this Bretonia has just issues to go with, and I think one of the issues at the end of the day is that Bretonia is ultimately a one-note faction, and because it is a one-note faction, it does its one thing, and no one really wants it to do anything else. And the problem is, if you do one thing and a bunch of other armies do many different things, like, oh, well, shit. Let's see. Resource distributed among platoons and other operational locations. Priority supplies reinforcement determine mission success during the previous season, as well as perks. If a nephew does not receive supplies, their soft attack and hard attack are reduced by 2. If a nephew does not receive additional reinforcements, they do not regenerate strength at the start of the season. Operational integrity reduced by 1. Double check, because war continue, losses will need to be replaced, supplies delivered, and soldiers be encouraged. This is where platoon management comes from. Every season, High Command will distribute supplies and reinforcements to all deployed platoons in the field. If resources are scarce, the platoon leader will need to distribute supplies to their soldiers. Troops. This goes for soldiers. This goes for troopers pass away in the midst of combat, forcing out of command to distribute additional bodies to the platoon. Because one of the major things you have to deal with here is welcome to attritional mechanics. Woo! We love attrition. Also, in case you're wondering, I have so much stuff in this so far, and it's not appreciating me streaming it. It is not having a good time here. Dun, dun, dun. Open up this. Mostly because I have a lot of tables in this document. And tables make everything worse. I hate tables. I hate doing tables. They're the worst. But I have to do tables because this is a very table-intensive game. Let's see. Operational skill to 10 to 0. Being victorious in battle, completing objectives. Well, side objectives will raise integrity. Or failing to accomplish certain ability and resource allocation. So, how many? We need 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go. Put you right there. Operation. Wasn't Pretonia made as a meme due to being not France by the English? It's effectively mega Arthurian. It's mega Arthurian myth. That's all it really is. Even down to the fact that they're legitimately, during the end times, King Arthur came back to save the day. Yeah, it's kind of a jokey faction. The issue being, there are other jokey factions, and they all have more than one playstyle. Battle organization. Starting manpower. Reinforcement per season. Starting supplies. Starting supplies. A season. Supplies per season. There we go. Ferradian, good old-fashioned Ferradian cocktail. So, now, I'm gonna tell you exactly why I drastically dislike making tables as PDF projects. And the answer is, what I have to do is this. I am, oh, don't know what happened there. Get ready for me to just type all this shit in. Because this is just what I have to do. Wouldn't it be easier to just make a table for this? Yeah, probably. Nothing would actually transfer over correctly, which is the problem. Because if it doesn't transfer over correctly, I'm going to have to fix it anyway, so I may as well just do it by hand, because at the end of the day, that's what I'm going to have to do anyway we look at it. So, here we are. Now we start getting into the wonderful world of table bullshit. Mostly because you get things like this, where I don't know why it does that. 6, 5, 1. Fuck do I place you? Nope. Okay, 6, 5, 5, 0, 75, 0, 20. Zero. See, the thing is, at Integrity 5 is when things start collapsing. That's when things start looking really bad, and people start panicking because you're losing resources. Because if you don't have enough resources, you're effectively not resupplying yourself because you don't have enough gunpowder. If you don't have enough money, you suddenly don't have any supplies. Hey, we're all going to die, aren't we? It's like, yep, congratulations. Your command has literally pulled out. Like, we don't really want to dedicate more. We can't dedicate more manpower to this operation. Being like, we still have people here, you know. Being like, I know, that sucks. Zam. Like, we still have people. Can we please get our people out first? Yeah, we can try. Yeah, we can try, everyone. We definitely can try. Not saying we will try very hard, but we can. No. I've tried copying tables over from Excel. It does sometimes work. Sometimes it does. Other times formatting gets broke horrifically. Another thing you always have to remember as well with this one in particular is I don't have the original tables. I don't have any of the original documentation. I legitimately just have the PDFs. That's all I have. So I'm having to do everything effectively by hand. So that's another reason why this is a little jankier than usual. God, I love being smart and pre-planning and making sure things work properly. Remember everyone, save your documents, correctly and don't be like me. Because you will live to regret. Beginning of an operation. Beginning of operation, our command has access to a set of manpower and supplies to make sure their troops are able to move around and accomplish objectives. Bags on, integrity shifts. Seems to be more or less manpower supplies every season. Side note, being surrounded means you don't get any supplies or reinforcements. And they're alone. Yes. Or the Marshal. Or the Marshal, for certain operations, feel free to fuck with your players. Double supply usage, incompetence in the ranks, having COs prioritize reinforcing the militia platoons rather than yours because he doesn't like you, or even having bait tactics to encircle them, starve them out. Or as hell, embrace it. Effectively, supplies allows you to keep things functional. If you don't have the proper supplies, you aren't feeding anybody. That is quite literally it. If you have a bunch of people here, it's like, okay, you have like 12 squads. We have 10 supplies to go between them. Sort it out. Like, yeah. Someone's not getting reinforced. especially for bigger operations. Mm. Mm-hmm. Should disaster strike and should disaster strike and a 0 and if disaster, let's see, if disaster strikes, and the operational integrity falls to 0, the entire situation is bust. The soldiers and their platoon will need to pull out with minimal supplies and no reinforcements. Only thing they have is one another, and glorious enemy on their heels. Yeah, I don't really know how I want these to look. Yeah, this is, if you've noticed, I don't have like any art or anything even. I don't have any assets in this book even, because there's really nothing. I don't really know what else to add. Part of me just wants to keep the original look. The other half of me wants to use the magic internet machine. But I don't really think either. Why does this feel like more down-to-earth only war? Originally, this is pretty much an entire system about being just being part of a platoon and fighting. That's all it is. I guess you could argue that it is kind of a more down-to-earth only war, to a degree. Remember, this is only one step of things, too. We still have an entire other game to do. Yeah, this is part 1. Get ready for the squeakquel. But yeah, no, Wuso, I see you're having you're having some fun. Generally speaking, the game will fuck you over repeatedly. There's nothing you can do about it. You may say, huh, that sucks. I want to do better. How do I do better? And the answer is, be luckier. Or plan. What do you want to do this year? What's the game plan? What's the strat that we're going? Or just don't be Kalir, because Kalir sucks. Yeah, I said it. God. Fucking Affinity, you are chugging, baby. You do not like whatever I'm doing here. And you are not going to like what I'm doing right here now either. Ugh, God. Okay, so... let's do a point of interest is a location inside the campaign zone that is important for the operation or manpower in cities. Locations of population are always strategic importance. However, a direct assault on the cities is often a death sentence, unless they are starved out first. Remember, kids, never assault a city. Cities suck. Because the weird thing in this game is effectively, like, no one's, like, really a formal... There is very few formal military groups. The clue box are quite literally like, we just want to, we just want to, unite our homeland. So it's like, yeah, we're gonna just draft people. You know, the cardiacs are like, hey, you wanna make some money and be a fucking hero when we inevitably win? Being like, yay. I actually don't have any, I have no planes in this game. That's one thing about it. I don't have any planes in the particular game that is, this is based off of Hearts of Darkness. I actually have quite a few different, various plane. Let's see if we can scrape out a few. Let's see if we can scrape out a little extra room. I don't think we can scrape out a little room, is. Alright, let's just do a quick play of the game, otherwise known as let's take a look around and see what we can scrape, because we've got like just a little bit over here that isn't quite right. I mean, we could do like, if we do something like this, for example. We do something like this, for example. And we put an image down here, and then we enlever. Do something like this. Little janky looking, but if we just put a image right down there, points of interest, these kind of go together. I guess go together a little bit, kind of way of looking at it, but yeah. All POI, all points of interest require a squad to man. Points may switch hands quite a bit, leading mass destruction of each point. Collateral damage. Every battle that takes place, POI increase collateral damage by 1. If 5 collateral damage produce half its value rounded down, at 10 collateral produces none of its resources. Certain actions, such as mass use of artillery, shock and awe tactics, or simply gunning down every civilian, will quickly raise collateral. Damage. Next, we go on to... Let's see, can we even fit everything on here? I'm like 90% sure we can. No, we aren't fitting everything on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. this horrible, horrible system. Let's see. So this is the basic concept of supply lines. Like, the basic premise of supply lines is pretty simple. We're just going to have to... Actually, no. Maybe we can fit everything on here. Into open conflict, Spadian over Spadian's northern resources. The Klugans are on 2. Normally I would have... This section might need to get rewritten entirely. But there is actually a add-in. These actually need to have very particular images associated with them. Because this is a big example section. Do 2 things right here when it comes to supply lines. Oh. Ooh. Come on, baby. Come on, there we go. Yeah, it's not enjoying me. It is not enjoying this. You may be wondering, Notepad, why does your computer not enjoy this? And the answer is very simple, is that I am streaming Affinity, and Affinity is somewhat of a hog when it feels like it. And so doing all of this at once, people get very annoyed. Okay, let's write the atrocity mechanic out. Okay, so atrocities crime committed in the name of war or victory. Some are desperate in maneuvers. For the next year, one of this pillage showing POIs. Completely unavailable for Anna. Make it unavailable for anyone. POI remains in place to move troops to, but there is nothing to harvest and never will be. Pillaging POI reduces operational integrity of defending faction by 1. Cultural tactical voids do not produce resources and are simply rendered unusable for the duration of the atrocity. A defending faction may destroy a tactical point without suffering any penalty. The other side may commit further minor cruelties, this would simply lower their operational integrity by 1, producing additional resources or benefits. One distinct side note is that after the collapse, imperial laws of war and military dignities become unenforceable. Only the Cardiac region truly embrace the true laws of war. All other factions All other factions parts submitted, or simply reward them to, or simply reward them, them to, I'll check for the takes 2 seasons. Okay. For the resources of the resources, we're destroying, comma. The force takes a full year's worth of resources immediately. It's 2 seasons. Resources. Ultra tactical points. On a side note, one distinct side note is that after the collapse, while many adopted similar rules of war, only the Cardiac Legion fully embraced the true laws of war. All other factions. Nope. Yeah, welcome to the war crime mechanic. Yes, the funny war crime mechanic. I decided I kept this in here for a variety of reasons, but because generally speaking, I think it's fairly important. Because like, yeah, you can be a horrible human being in this game. You shouldn't, but you can. Because the thing is, like, my very simple fact of life is like, there's no reason for you to like. You're never rewarded for it much. You get 1 experience point. That's all you get. Being like, yeah, you've done something horrific, and if you were like, oh well, I'm rewarded for this. I'm a good I'm getting bonus of being less like, yeah, because you're a fucking psychopath. A small list of registered atrocities. Let's see. Klubach do not recognize. These are the UN's official cut-down list of war crimes. While below are major and minor. Now, all war crimes are bad, but minor war crimes fall into the fact of life categories, or difficult to understand. Holding hostages, or are they political prisoners? Starving civilians, or is this no food for anyone? Forced conscription. Klubachs don't recognize that. Relocation of civilian. Klubachs don't understand it. They don't care about that. Violation of personal autonomy and dignity. Hostage taking. They don't give a shit. Islander Spadians don't actually fucking recognize that. Using child soldiers. The Klubachs do not care. Why would they? Outrages of personal dignity. Yeah, no one's a good person out here. That was like a pretty major idea. Is that pretty much none of the major factions out here are good and noble people. I don't want them to be. I want them to be bastards. I want them to be. Ooh. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. There we go. Okay, we need to find text. We need to find insert symbols. Double dagger. Hmm. Okay, let's targeting civilians, destruction of non-military targets. Spadians don't believe in that because Spadians are like, hey, we don't give a shit. Forced conscription isn't real to the clue box because the clue box believe, hey, we're all fighting the good fight, you should listen to us. Using child soldiers, the clue box actively say, hey, they're here of their own accord. Yeah, I purposely made the Islanders be like, yeah, the Islanders don't actually care about targeting civilians. They just do not give a shit. And they're like, yeah, okay, so yeah, so what? What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? Not get your civilians killed? Klubak, recognize. What if I tone you down to... I tone you all down to 6. If I tone everything down to 6, it's a little bit more difficult to read, but what we do is... I guess we... Well, yeah, you know what, we can assign this to medium. Why don't we assign this just to medium? Be like, hey, hey kids, let's learn about war crimes. We kind of joke about war crimes, but like, there's a lot of fucked up shit out there, people. Don't be bad people, okay? Don't. New rule in the chat. Don't commit war crimes in places. Sorry, squad. All right, yeah, get out of here. Go grocery shopping. I haven't eaten yet. I had a cob wrap actually today, and that filled me up very much. So I haven't really felt too I haven't felt too encouraged to go eat anything else. I'm thinking about, like, after I get done with this stream, I'm going to make myself something pretty light and kind of work from there. There we go. So, hey, it's atrocities. Part of me wants to put in the, like, my one big note being like, why the fuck is this mechanic? Why is this even here? Note be like, this is here for actually a fairly important reason, because this shit happens. You know, people do horrible, horrible shit to one another, and if we just believe that it doesn't, and we just sanitize the entire experience, then yeah, we pretty much just ignore a very important, if tragic, part of the experience, kind of. Like, we should not strive for this. We should be, you know, understand that it does happen, and there are some heinous shit that goes on in life. And because of that, you know, we should be a little bit more like, hey, maybe we shouldn't think that this is okay. Maybe, hey, wait a second, maybe we should think that this is a little bit fucked up. And this is a little bit, like, ookie dookie, and, like, no one wins doing this, and I'll never forget the people who are like, you're advocating for, you know, atrocities, being like, why do you want to commit a fucking atrocity? Like, why do you want to commit a war crime? Are you what are you, a fucking psychopath? Then don't. But you put in that, you know, it's here and you get rewarded for it. Yeah, because it's a fucking heinous thing to do. Like, wars involve people on walks of life for each one. Can use universal characters, fly a universal flute, giving them a full. Giving them a full soldier write-up. All UCs says skills. Have a skill that is soon to be half rounding up with the associated attribute. For example, the trained soldier has the gun skill. With Twitch 4, the soldier has a gun skill of 2. Joyce has the same skill twice. He assumed to have the full value of their attribute. For example, the veteran soldier has a Twitch of 5. He can take gun 2. He would have gun skill 5. Ooh. Yep, this is literally like the entirety of the this very simple mechanic, and it's not really too complicated because I didn't want them to be really complicated. Like, yep, this is how you legitimately just make characters. You want to learn how to make a bunch of side characters? This is how you do it. Doesn't take too long. I never wanted it. But I'm also a big fan of keep that shit going fast, because making NPCs. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Luckily, that. So we're going to do name, burn, tough, skill, skills, optional skills. You though. You go. Popular anime, Juju Kaisen. People keep talking to me about Juju Kaisen. Still don't quite know what it's actually about. I'm gonna keep referring to it as Juju Kaisen because I find it funny. Because I may not seem it, but I am in fact a 12-year-old boy. Laughs when I can put Ju in the word. 5.5, look. We bring you down to 2 each. Yes, we can bring you down to 2 each. That means we can also do this. Perfect. Cannon fodder, cannon fodder. Armed civilian. And grizzled veteran. Nope, never want it. Professionals we want to do. Pardon, bastards. Each legion has reinforcing the entire frontier. So 3, 3, 2, gun, mel, 3, 3, or sneak, armed civilian 3, 3, 4, 3, gun, mel, med, snick, 3, 4, Athdri, gun, mel, med, or snuck. 4, 4, 5, Athdri, gun, mel. What do you have? Gun, med, mel, sneak. Oh, I've hit my enemy. Athdri, gun, mel, gun, med, mel. 5, 5, 8, 7, Ath3, gun, 2, L, Ath3, med. Why are you the color white? It's a completely wrong fucking font. Why are you the way that you fucking are? Because I probably guess you fucking hate me and you wish to give me a stroke. You are at 0.4. We select 4. There we go. And all the UC, every UC, every UC has the standard endurance, has the standard endurance amount. Let me check for endurance. Oh, 20 plus. Every UC and standard endurance amount of 20 plus toughness mod 20 toughness times 2. If the edit this amount to 10 plus 10 plus toughness times 2. Actually, they are free to edit this amount for higher heroic games, heroic a military drama. If we want to do a military drama, 20 plus TH times 2, that's kind of the standard amount. If we want to do a time serial where we gun down the filthy commies and all that, they only take standard that they don't actually have. They have a lot less HP. They go down very quickly, and they're going to die to effectively a single wound. Blood and soil being the idea of like, hey, you want a kind of a heavier game. They're not like they're just going to have a lot more raw health rather than than increasing it by their toughness at all. And because they're just going to have a lot more raw health, so you're going to have an idea of like, hey, a hardened bastard is going to have 37 HP. It's going to have 37, 17, or 34. Like, the military drama is kind of the standard one, and then you see a lot more benefit for the lower tier ones. You know, it's kind of like you ramp up a lot more higher. Let's see. Marshall has the call to more intense firefights track wounds for individual combatants. Marshall has the call for more intense firefights track wounds for individual combatants. Actually, in alternative and faster rule for this would be automatically killing the target who takes a wound, killing the UC You see who takes a wound. Allies, who takes a wound, or tracking only the destroyed value instead of the standard crippled and instead of the regular method. There we go. We do You Will Not Die Alone. We add this here. If we want to, we can actually. Can we fit? Yeah, we could fit everything in. Actually, fit one long one. All right. So if we do this correctly, we do that. Click this button over here. What we do is we go all the way back up here. Da, 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 da. The Shakespeare worms. Because, like, my one thing that I wanted to do with the original concept of the Sprugazine was that every single Sprugazine was going to have was going to have the games, obviously, but they were also then going to have these little articles. They're going to have my little notes. And I'm just like, hey, this is just me kind of talking to the void a little bit. You're like, hey, I don't know if you're listening, but hey, you know, here's a bigger idea that I want to muse about. That never really panned out for a few reasons, but it happens. That's life, that's life. This was adding one big image right there, big image. Da 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 da. Luigi. This we then. Full armor combat on the Relic frontier. Iron Cast game that has been feeling in the back of my head for a while now. Just how do you one play a tank crew RPG? Not really inherent flaws. We're not tankers in a single iron behemoth. You're daring tank commanders leading your crew to glory by trying. It's an interesting experience. I'm trying to do two things not typically done. I do not typically do, that being high lethality games. High lethality games and non-traditional RPGs as well. Lethality is easy enough to explain, but the non-traditional RPG is a bit complex. Effectively, a role-playing game assumes characters are singular. Person on a mission to accomplish something. However, Cask those plans roles those unfortunate with their own responsibility they're men alive, which is difficult because everything can, and which is difficult because everything can and will kill you. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh. There we go. Easy enough. Or die trying. 9:30. Yeah, we can get. We'll set some of this up a little bit. Come on. What are you doing? Come on, Affinity. Affinity, what are you doing? Affinity is having a shit fit, by the way. It is not like me streaming it. Especially with how much stuff is currently on. Especially with, I think it's mostly due to the amount of stuff I have like going on at once on this document. It's like, please stop that. Like, please stop every single thing you are doing. You are you are a problem. I mean, like, I know, Affinity. I know. So we're going to do that. Okay. Now we have to do Iron Caskets. Iron Caskets is going to be a little bit shorter because it's only 23 pages, effectively. And it shouldn't be too complicated to get across to make work. I think it'll just take time. That's all it is, really. And inevitably, time just is. Need to post, remember that you can add all Sprugazines into one itch.io item for SEO maxing. The thing is, I never made any more Sprugazines because I couldn't find a good reason to do other Sprugazines. That was the main issue. None of the other Sprugazines really worked. It was like, alright, like, okay. That was kind of the issue. Oh gee, there are people posting. Why are people posting cringe? Here's what I'll do. I'll just save this section, make sure everything is nice and saved up properly, and then we will get out of there because we've got to do some math. Well, you sort of have to do some math because, well, notocracy occurred, and the votes came in 31 votes, so we may as well do this tonight. So, anything else I should know about, or what you want to see? I will actually even put up my little note saying, what do people want to see? Mech RPG. Let's see. More gay wrestling. Alright, okay, we can... More gay wrestling, okay. Suicide Bomber RPG, Uncle Ted RPG. Let's see. Detailed critique detailed critique of games. Moderate the Discord. Not possible. Not possible. Japanese game reviews. Deeper classroom videos. Non-TTRP videos. Classroom videos. Everyone wants more classroom videos, but they never understand making classroom videos are a pain in the ass to make. I've got a few of them. I meant to do more, but I think our current system works pretty well. More Reduxes slash Omega Men. Fun fact, that's what they want. They want Omega Men. Omega Men is not on here, unfortunately. Omega Men, there's a few games that it's not necessarily going to be like, here's a redux of this. No, it's going to be like, we are reduxing the D2000 system, because that's what it's going to be at the end of the day. It's going to be a redux of that, and everything's just going to feed in on that. Another mech RPG thing. Vice and Violence, Curious Case of Degeneracy. Curious Case of Degeneracy. We've got enough for it, though, at this point. Lone Wolf Fists. People have wanted me to go over that. Dawongs. I think we can just do Dawongs. Read Democracy, The God That Failed. God damn it. Yeah, don't read that. Attend Alcoholics Anonymous. No. Sneed RPG. Every RPG I write is a Sneed RPG. Make more Swiss mercenary manlies. And of course, a slice of pizza. Sorry, everybody, but you're not getting good pizza. You are in fact getting the weird anchovy, French fry pizza. God, I love my server. They're all lovely people. I've thought about the purges, and the purges are present. I am ready for the day the purges begin, and it will not be pretty. No one will emerge. No one will emerge happy. So you will die explosively. So die explosively ended up with 4 votes. You will die covered in blood. 4. You will die together. 3. There's a non-zero chance that I actually get something. You will die craving. I'm not too surprised that one didn't do too hot. You will die again. Die again. Oh boy, I think we've got one of our winners, and for die in glorious combat. Die in glorious combat. Got 11 of the votes. Die in the rapture. Die in the rapture got 1 vote. Die and everyone else. You will die and everyone else. Alright, so we have a pretty significant lead here with dying in glorious combat. It happens. So now we get to go to the Patreon. Hello everyone, welcome to my Patreon. You should all follow, you should all subscribe to my Patreon. I don't update it very often, and I have a bad tendency of forgetting about it. But don't worry. So, lads, no lads voted. Shame. The big bar of boys. Yes, the most important thing. The poll has ended. Poll has ended, so let's quickly download the results. Open up my responses. So double checking everything. 0 Hour Squadron got 10 votes there. Let's see. We've got Dark Corners got something. Yeah, weirdly enough, Dying in the Rapture got a vote. So we might have to do another Redux there. Let's see. Yes, You Will Die Covered in Blood got 1 vote. Looking at this, we've got 2 votes. Yes, Iron Methuselah. You will die, and where was You Will Die Again. There we go. We've got our 5 Bara boys. We have got a pretty significant lead. So the connoisseurs get 6 votes apiece. Remember that. Flesh Market, we've got 3 votes. Flesh Market got 12 votes, leading to a 36 lead. Black Oath Kingdom, however, got 6 votes, leading it to 9. So I believe let me double check. I don't even think I made another one because I don't have any on that particular tier anymore. Yeah, I don't actually have anyone on that very particular tier anymore. Yeah. Yeah, it happens. I should be a little bit more Zombino RPGs make a return at the rightest time. So, currently we have looking at our votes for the top 4. Remember, this is we're voting for the top 4. We've got the currently unnamed Flesh Market. We have the current idea of Red Market. Actually, what was the exact name I gave it? I called it something very weird because I wanted to call it Red Markets based off actual red markets. Because red markets are an actual thing. Flesh markets. Yeah, which is actually vaguely illegal organ market of the world. Noting it down, took a moment and realized it could be fun in a weird way. With justification of it for a weirdly detailed medical system as organs for creatures of your choice. Yeah, I've got a few ideas there. It doesn't really have any strict setting yet. I can come up with something. So Flesh Market is very much a victorious one. Ultra victory. So that's going to be the first one we're going to be working on at the top of the year. We're going to be working on my weirdly detailed medical and in turn combat system. It's going to be great. Let's see. Die explosively. Welcome to 0 Hour Squadron. With 14 votes. Not too surprised about that one. That one was almost entirely carried by the that one was carried a little bit, not gonna lie there. Not gonna lie there at all. We've got Die Again. And so actually no, it wouldn't be 0 Hour, it would be Iron Methuselah. Iron Methuselah at 16, then 0 Hour Squadron, but now we've got a fascinating situation in front of us. We have a tie, everyone. We've got another tie. Yes, we've got a tie between the if we go down here, the Dark Corners and Old Tomes. And we've also got one for Ultra Instinct. Now, amusingly enough, I'm going to tell you all a secret here. Ultra Instinct is entirely carried by the number of votes in the server. Completely on the Google form. the Dark Quarters and Old Tomes Redux, though, has a patron there, so I might put up another poll for all the patrons, being like, hey, we have currently a deadlock. So what do you all believe? Another option would be me literally going into my server right now and just asking any patron that showed up, the first patron that showed up, hey, what do you believe? Which one should we do? And thus going with that. Alternatively, I could ask my regular tiebreaker what his opinion is. My e-boyfriend. I mean that as e-boy and then friend, not e-boyfriend. Very different. I love the... Is Ultra Instinct being made? Oh, just got back. We don't know yet. There's a tie. We have a tie between Dark Corners and Ultra Instinct. Do we want to summon an Elder God, or do we want to beat the shit out of Goku? Yes, I find that very amusing that this is our current this is the current debate. But yeah. Interesting insights. Nobody wanted the Endless Adventures Redux. Completely unsurprising. Also, nobody voted, not a single, one person voted for fucking Bridge Commander, baby. I am unsurprised that Bridge Commander got 0 votes. How are you gonna break the tie? Don't know yet. I've got a few options, all of them terrible in their own right. But that's what we do here. We don't break ties easily or well. The thing is, Ultra Instinct is entirely supported by the people in the server, while there was an actual patron who voted for there was an actual patron who voted for the other one, for Dark Corners. So Dark Corners has a little bit more grounding for monetary incentives. Of course, this is also, we can also make an assumption that at least one patron voted in the poll. So again, it's kind of hard to be like, oh hey, this is very important. But yeah, no, interesting insights. Yeah, again, Endless Adventures, not too surprised. Bridge Commander, also not too surprised. Even though, oh, yeah, that's me. Let's see. I mean, the Endless series doesn't really have any major games in it. If you look at the Endless franchise, really, like, the latest one was, like, Humankind, Amplitude Studios. Yeah, it was Endless Dungeon. This was the last technical Endless game that released this year, and everyone's like, it's mid. Yeah. Yeah, this one was a little rough, because apparently, like, if you play one run of the game, you already have played the entire game. And, yeah, Amplitude here. Amplitude kind of put out 2 stinkers. Put out 2 pretty big stinkers, and yeah. Yeah, this is yeah, Humankind just kind of kept getting shat on, and it's not like it's like like, oh well, it started, it wasn't very good. Like, this is like very consistent, you know, across its entire life cycle has been like, yep, this game is kind of just okay. Pride Legend. Endless Legend is slow. it's very slow. I enjoy Endless Legend quite a bit, and you gotta be in the right mindset for it. Mostly you gotta really like Civ 5. You gotta like Civ 5 and you gotta like autism. Humankind had just never really took off, and like for me it was just like, oh, you could have done something interesting here and you kind of just chose not to. And the fact that it's also really fucking expensive, relatively speaking. And then they like, here's a bajillion fucking expansions, by the way. Yeah, don't forget about the expansions. You want to get the Cultures of Africa pack? $9. The Cultures Latin America? $9. Cultures of Oceania? $9. This, the fucking Together We Rule is 20 fucking bucks. Jesus. What's the Congress of Humanity? Yeah. 6 new wonders. New narrative event. Oh boy. Congress of Humanity. Yeah, people are like, yeah, you don't really need any more for your... Yeah. Endless... I like the Endless franchise. I really like the Endless franchise. I think it's really interesting. The issue is, it's just... Well, it's just like every single thing they do with it has just been fucked up to some degree. I want Amplitude Studio to do better, but they won't, because Amplitude Studio hates money. Yep, you heard it here, everyone. Amplitude Studios hates money, so they keep making weird, bad games. Bridge Commander is such an esoteric fucking idea. I'm really not too shocked that it didn't do too hot. Because, like, I legitimately do not know what to call. I don't know what to call Bridge Commander. We are looking at something that is entirely a unique experience, unlike any other that I have ever seen. Now, I'm not even saying that it's a good idea, I'm saying that it is in fact an idea. And that has its, like, legitimately speaking, we would be looking at a game that does not fundamentally exist or should ever exist. And because it is a game that does not exist or fundamentally should exist, it's like, I gotta, like, it's time to, let's do some investigation. Flag Bearer is fine. Let's just ignore Flag Bearer. If I cannot see Flag Bearer, it cannot hurt me. I've also got a few games that I'm like, yeah, I feel pretty confident in playtesting these and, you know, doing more playtests and actually running these things. One of the things though is I do plan on doing an obsession project this year. I don't quite know how to do it though, so that'll be fun. So yeah, I'm gonna call it there. Godspeed. Good luck. See you on the other side. See you, I don't know, maybe tomorrow, maybe not. I don't know.